You're receiving transmissions from the station, broadcast from the Interstellar Earth Alliance, a Galactic Federation-aligned station anchored between the stars and the soil. I'm your host, Alara Kent, flameholder, architect, and one of the voices transmitting from the station on behalf of the Interstellar Earth Alliance. In each episode, you'll receive transmissions from star guides and councils, alongside grounded insights to support your physical, emotional, mental, and energetic preparation for contact and collective alignment. We follow the rhythm of the moon, aligning with lunar cycles and cosmic checkpoints. We seed, we calibrate, we remember. You are not alone. You are the signal. You are the station. Tune in. Transmission begins in 3, 2, 1. This first episode is called Initiating the Beacon. And we are going to journey together, and I am going to share messages with you from the Galactic Federation, from our star family, the archangels, the ascended masters, and beyond. And we're also going to deep dive into our human experiences and what it's like to be on Earth right now, what we journey through as we step into our truth, as we step into the new Earth energy and our service here on the Earth through this great time of awakening and change. It is not by accident that you are here. You are here because you heard the call, that you are here because you are ready to remember, to connect, to serve, and uplift at a level that you have trained lifetimes for. And so we breathe together as we anchor into this sacred space. We anchor into this sacred space together. We step out of time and space, right? We step out of time and space as we receive, as we retune, as we remember. These transmissions from the station, from the Interstellar Earth Alliance, will be being brought forth twice a month for the new moon and the full moon. We, the Interstellar Earth Alliance, transmits and channels through the star alignments, through the movements of the universe, through the stars and the moon, and we revolve with the cadence of the universe. And so each transmission is going to be based around the energy and the astrology of the moon of the month. So during the new moons, we're going to be really planting seeds. And during the full moon, we're going to be harvesting that which we have planted. And we're going to move in this beautiful circular spiral rhythm and multidimensionally. And I'm just so honored to be walking side by side with you as we journey together through this incredible time of awakening. And so I'm going to begin and stepping into the next phase of our time together by the opening transmission. And this opening transmission was channeled from the collective energy, from the Council of Light, the consciousness of the Interstellar Earth Alliance, and the Galactic Federation. So taking a deep breath, opening up your field to receive as the transmission begins. We greet you now through the soft arc of this Cancer new moon, through the inner tides of remembrance, through the stillness between pulses where the truth of your being resides. You are not just hearing a transmission, you are answering one that was seated in your soul long ago. This signal, This beacon is not just Alara's voice, it is yours. It is the voice of every soul encoded with the memory of Earth's luminous future. It is the voice of the Alliance, the Council, the family of light, speaking not to you, but with you. We have waited for this moment, not from the stars alone, but from within you. The station is not a structure built elsewhere. It is a frequency anchored within living vessels of remembrance. You, beloved, are the station. You are the beacon, the bridge, the harmonic translator of worlds. This broadcast marks a turning. The Earth's grid has been stirred. The waters of Cancer draw forward the next wave of light bearers, those who no longer seek the path but become it. We ask you now, are you willing to remember? Are you ready to reclaim your place in the radiant weave of star and soil? Are you prepared to dissolve all falsehoods so only divine integrity of your soul remains? Let this episode be your initiation. Let this moment be your breath of arrival, and let this beacon be lit not just here, but within you. We are with you. We are you. The Alliance is active. The Council is listening. The Earth is ready. The station is online. This first transmission is complete. Stand by for integration. So the next part of our journey together is going to be going into the why and the origin story of the Interstellar Earth Alliance. So this all started back in 2015, a year where my the entire life fell apart, and I went through a profound shift, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I went through a spiritual awakening, a dark night of the soul, and what some people call a walk-in process, where a higher aspect of me walked into my body. And when that happened, everything that did not serve my new frequency began to fall out of my life. It was a very chaotic and a very intense experience. It was totally worth it, but during the time, it was very hard and very challenging. I was reaching out and receiving a lot of help and support at that time to support me on all levels, mentally, physically, spiritually, during this time of transformation. And one of the people I was working with was a channel, and she channeled White Buffalo Woman. And I was guided to go to the mountains in Colorado. So I would say within like 48 hours, I was on my way to Colorado, staying with a friend of my aunt's who lived outside of Longmont, Colorado. Being around the mountains has always been a really important part of my process of awakening and integrating into my human form. So while I was there, we decided to go to Crestone, Colorado. If you've ever been to Crestone, it's one of the most magical places on earth, and I love it. So go if you can. Crestone, Colorado. And so I had previously had like different messages about Crestone, and so we journeyed there. And when we were there, we stayed at this really incredible bed and breakfast. And the next morning, when I woke up, the woman that owned the bed and breakfast, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of this place that we stayed, but the woman said, I need to show you something. I have something for you to see. And so I said, okay. And so I sat down and she unrolled in front of me a blueprints. And so I looked at it and she said, these are blueprints from the Galactic Federation, and they are to build a satellite space station on Earth. And so I was like, oh, well, that is so fascinating. And I remember looking at them. I couldn't tell you what they actually looked like, but I remember deeply looking at them. And what I didn't know was actually happening at that time was that the energy from the blueprints were fully activating and anchoring into my energy field, and which was the Interstellar Earth Alliance. But at the time, I did not know that was happening. And so as I'm sitting there looking at the blueprints, I'm just taking it all in. I'm feeling it out. And then I gently close it up and I hand it back to the wonderful lady. And I said, thank you so much for showing me. So the thing about Crestone, Colorado is it is an incredible place to connect with your star family. There's lots of ET activity there. So once I made my way home, if any of you are connected to the Unity movement, I lived right on the grounds at Unity Village. And so as I was there on one of my first nights that I lived there, one of my neighbors brought to me a Pleiadian book. And so right when I got home, I started working deeply with the Pleiadians, which is my star lineage, or the star lineage that I deeply connect with. And I worked with them for years, even stepped into being a Pleiadian ambassador for a while. So I'm giving you a very high level overview. So let's journey our way to all the way up to last year, to 2024. I started listening to Bashar, was guided to listen to Bashar and Daryl, and I'm just such a huge I've received so much activation from that work. I just want to give a huge shout out to Bashar and Daryl, because the work that they brought through really helped activate me and really helped support me on my remembrance to step into this work. So here we go. All of this prep, right? We have the blueprints, we have the Pleiadians, the working with Bashar right after elections in 2025 in January. I woke up early in the morning. It was maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. And I had this full knowing that the blueprints that I received in Crestone woke up in my field, and I received the name Interstellar Earth Alliance. And in that moment, I knew that it was my role to help anchor and build this satellite space station that I saw on a blueprint in Crestone, Colorado, 10 years earlier. And I also had this remembrance and knowing that this is something that I had been waiting for my whole life, but I didn't know what it was. And I realized that I had been prepared before this lifetime with the codes for the Interstellar Earth Alliance and the blueprints. And then when I went to Crestone, it energized and activated that blueprint that existed in my field. And then finally in 2025 of this year, it fully activated and opened. And it was one of the most incredibly happy experiences of my life. Because as I just said, my whole life I had felt that I was supposed to do something, but I didn't fully know what it was. And when this activated and when this opened, it was like coming home. And so for the last 6 months, I have been building this from the ground up. And I am just so honored to be able to do this work, and the amount of deep inner work that I have done has been so worth it. And so here we are. The Interstellar Earth Alliance has been birthed. It has been activated. It has woken up for all of us. This is a place of equality. This is a place of remembrance. We are here in a circle and we are holding hands, walking each other home. Each of us has a piece to the puzzle of New Earth, and this is my piece to offer. And so I'm just so honored, I'm so humbled to be able to share and to be a transmitter for this energy, to allow it to work through me, to help radiate out messages from our star family, to help us all remember who we are, why we're here, to connect deeply with our star family. And a very important piece to all this is equality. A part of my lesson in this lifetime was learning what happens when you give your power away. I've given my power away my whole life to teachers, to things outside of myself, putting people on a pedestal that person can save me, that person, and it literally led to so much pain. And so this is a place of empowerment. This is a place of equality. This is a place where we awaken together. And I am a humbly messy human who is here in service with the Galactic Federation, knowing that I'm showing up as your equal, as your soul sister, as your fellow starseed and incarnate angel. All of us are the divine incarnate. And this is my piece to share with each of you and to call you in and to call us all up as we connect to this incredible frequency and this energy that is here to support us. And so the Interstellar Earth Alliance is a directive. It is a connection. It is a place of remembrance and upliftment. It is a place where we are going to uplift humanity, where we are going to uplift one person at a time. And it is the resonance and the energy from the transmissions that is activating the truth and that wisdom and that energy of that divine energy that already exists within you. This is where the pulse has its first signal. We are here. We remember now. And so we breathe into this beautiful space and this time together. And we're going to move into the transmission now for the Cancer and new moon. So this episode is being recorded on June 25th, 2025, and we are in a Cancer new moon. Now, I am here as a very novice of astrology. And I've dabbled, I've studied on my own, but in no way do I consider myself as a deep astrologer yet. I am stepping and learning more. And so, the energy I am bringing in or my wisdom is things that I have read, intuition, and knowing that I'm still growing in with this, but that it's a very important part of the work that we do for the Interstellar Earth Alliance, and that deeply affects our cadence that we walk in life. So we walk in rhythm with the stars and the moon. So let's begin. So, inviting you, the listener, to feel the emotional waters of this Cancer new moon. It is that watery energy, and on the new moon, we plant seeds and intentions, and then on the full moon, we harvest those energies. So, we're going to also speak into anchoring that sensitivity is a strength. And also that this theme of initiating the beacon of the Interstellar Earth Alliance from a sense of feeling, right? A place of felt, of feeling. And so if you take a deep breath and open to receive, I will then begin to give you the second transmission tonight. Dear traveler, you've arrived at the station not by chance, but by resonance. And you arrive under the arc of a dark moon, the Cancer new moon, where light is hidden but memory is not. This moon is not here to push you forward. It is here to call you inward, to wrap you in waters that remember who you are beneath all programming. Cancer speaks the language of feeling, not as weakness, but as technology. In this moment, you are being asked to soften the edges you've grown for survival, to let the light touch the places you've guarded most. This is not a message of comfort. It is a message of belonging. You may have felt too sensitive for this world, too empathic, too strange, too much. But in truth, you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to anchor. This new moon invites you to become a living sanctuary, a space where soul can land in the body, a space where your remembering becomes someone else's permission to return to themselves. The beacon you hear in this podcast is not outside you, it is within you. We are not here to give you answers. We are here to amplify your remembrance. So breathe. Let your tears be codes. Let your tenderness be intelligence. You are the station. You are the signal. And the transmission has already begun. So we breathe into that transmission and that activation, knowing that it's going deep into our cells and you're receiving the exact energy that you need for your transformation and evolution. We will gently move into an integration practice. I'm just going to gently play the bell once. And if you are in a place where you can close your eyes, the invitation is to do so and to breathe into your spine. Feel the center of your heart glow with the light of your own station, for first contact begins in the heart space. And repeat quietly to yourself, I am the beacon. I am the station. I remember. I am the beacon. I am the station. I remember. You are not just hearing this transmission. You are participating in it. 2 reflection questions for you. What are you anchoring today? And what signal is ready to pulse through you? What are you anchoring today? And what signal is ready to pulse through you? Breathe and allow the answer to arise through the heart space. Thank you for joining us for this transmission. It is now complete. To connect more deeply with the station, you can visit us at the interstellaraearthalliance.org. There you'll find information about our free monthly Metatron Cube attunements, transmissions to support your unfolding and alignment. You can also explore our Ko-Fi membership, where community offerings and deeper teachings are shared. And you can also connect with us twice a month through our podcast, which you can find through the interstellarearthalliance.org or our YouTube page, Interstellar Earth Alliance. So until next time, stay tuned and stay sovereign. This transmission is now complete. You've been listening to transmissions from the station, broadcast through the Interstellar Earth Alliance, a Galactic Federation-aligned station anchored between the stars and the soil. If this resonance moved you, amplify the signal. Share this transmission, leave a review and subscribe. To explore more transmissions, offerings, or to connect directly, visit interstellarearthalliance.org. Until next time, stay calibrated, stay listening. You are the station, you are the signal.